So it's January 5th, and I just woke up. It's 9:24. Sorry, this is, yeah, shooting a little high today. These are the notes I didn't finish yesterday. These are the notes, front and back, twisted, from last night. And then I've got a page and a half over there, so really am going, shoot, this always happens, you know, get me thinking, and the thoughts keep going, and then the thoughts get bigger than what I'm able to upload. So I'm going to be diligent and try and stay on top of this. I was looking at the news. It's on Yahoo. Doesn't matter. Not intentionally, like I planned on it at the seam of the new year to not look at the news. At the right time, right place, right fit. Idea has come to mind. You know, tune that out. Tune out the news. And also with it, advertisements for shopping without representation. And what I'm realizing, because I did pop in, I opened up the Yahoo page, and you know, it's polarizing with that 0 having hyphens around it. So you pick the side, you wan hyphen T, you want, okay? I wan hyphen T, and then I add hyphen T for my own position, defend. That should be in quotes, okay? As an example. Pled, pledged, and legged, doff. Stupid. To toft, for no reason, defend. What I realize is context. Another reason not to look at the news. This doesn't have anything to do with me. Justly. J-U-S-T-E L-E-Y-E A-T. It doesn't have anything to do with me. I'm apparently consigned doffed to the follow-through, wed doffed. Wed dow with we would wed doffed, stupid to get toffed. Tag the ag to get toff, okay? Where your rich is standing on doff. Your rich person is standing on stupid that dows with war to restore the air. With the sore store, winding the wound, okay? To never thaw too soon, or to S-O, parentheses O, N-E, to sew on one, to sew on soon, to sew on two. So I've got a lot of thoughts, and I could put some into words, but I think I want to wait. I think I want to plunk want to plunk some down in writing in black. When I look at the news, I realize it's the context, okay? I can't invite anyone in on that. Bullshit to table, bulls, sate, hate, hat, bullshat. And let's not forget that thigh-high hat, thigh-high height, tat and hat, Mar and Marx married that hat, okay? To toot off that he would add doft at the same time as asking the hyphenated fact to tact. Every foot is falsely made and well laid day. So your Jesus Christ can sit as say, as stay, as state. Okay? Stay tend. You're using God fictionally as stupid as doft to believe in Toft, that Toft pays stupid to go to war to protect the air, which is not Toft and has never been anywhere. And I can prove it. I can prove that. I can prove it. Okay? Your tort and your consort are in the same time to provide the abort. Abortion, abort tone. Okay? To get your tin in thine hind. To cast for reward, for reward. Hyphen E hyphen D hyphen O hyphen B hyphen LACK hyphen T. Again, hyphenated. The same debt you have asked to lend is every pound LB tool bend, and you bend it again from your bed. All right, I'm gonna work on those notes. I've got plenty of notes to do today. From what I can tell, when I do the Movavi screen grab, when I put it on pause, if I put it on pause too long, the rest of the video is frozen. Sometimes it seems if I go to a different page or application or check a definition on my computer, it freezes. So I might jump in again, even knowing that, just to add some notes. And what else? Some verbal notes. But I really want to get cracking, as it were, and try to stay ahead of the flow, the flow of thoughts. Breakthrough, yeah, breakthrough, and I'm still piecing together meta, the possibilities of meta. For instance, you know, I had a grant to go to school for machining, to work in a machine shop. those grants are available right now because the United States has shipped a lot of this production overseas, and generations here now in the US don't know how to build something from the ground up. And so I was learning mills and lathes and then CNC machines. Well, I got this perfectly set up, theoretically, a free grant to go back to school and into a career that is looking for people with these skills. And this was after I was fired for sounding the alarm that there was a guy toked on a lathe at Precision Tool and PTE, Engineering in Kittery, Maine, by Kevin Stein. So I'd already been fired malfeasantly, and then my whistleblowing paperwork was submitted to Maine Human Rights, and but I was working with Goodwill. Goodwill was providing the grants to continue that grant, and you know, so we got it set up, and I talked with the new teacher, new school, college actually, and I went to class, and in some way I got talked out of it by one of the teachers. That's probably a different story. There was a conversation on my first day. I dialogued with, there's several instructors. I dialogued with the main instructor that would approve me to go into this accelerated class, meaning that his students had, I think this was their second year, I'd be first and would be just jumping in. So, you know, he's like, well, you need to know this, you need to know that. And so I was pre-studying, you know. Measurements are kind of, they are not my first nature to measure everything in 10,000ths. Okay, and to know where to put that decimal with calipers and dial it and durometers and test for hardness and among other gadgets of acute measurability for a stipulated, exquisite, distinct purpose. Not to do it that way, okay? I was thrown into a numbers world. It's just like, it's mind-boggling. Oh, and let's not forget XYZ axis, okay? Your drill, your table, your input. What I found is I couldn't make myself go to class. I knew what it was going to cost me to study. I knew it was going to cost me to bridge that gap of where I am and where I needed to be with the class to be able to track with the class and then graduate with the goods to go on to a job of knowing what to do. And I knew it was going to require like a harness of attention and learning things that honestly my mind kind of rebels a little bit. X, Y, Z, fuck. You change the X, Y, Z on the lathe versus the mill. Your X, Y, Z axis, your points change. Oh my God, I gotta remember this too. You know, that your X plot, your Y, your Z changes on a different machine. So, no, this is Z. No, this is Z. No, this is Z. And I'm like, what the fuck? We just Get on the same page. Sorry, it's already been made. I couldn't make myself go to school, and it wasn't because of what I anticipated the workload would be. In fact, I think one of the best educated fields for assessing entering that field is to really understand what's going to be asked for me and for how long. And having lived close to the bone here in Maine, because I'm not a Mainer, and I found that working in the trades previously, that Mainers prefer placement of Mainers. Besides that, I was a woman in a man's field, and I was also not from Maine. So I've experienced living close to the bone that it's like, well, I can also tell you working in the trades, in a man's world, all you have to do is show up. You can be stupid, drunk, high, and if you show up and not knowing what you're doing, you will make more money than me, okay? And you'll ask me to prop and set your fucking ladder for you. Over and over again. That's part of why I sought to position myself to work for myself. I can set my own ladder. And I know what I'm doing. And I don't show up drunk, belligerent, high, and diagonal asleep from the night before. Debt to carry, the merry abort. So where was I? I couldn't make myself go to school. The experience at PTE and being fired for no reason thief end was not something I could deny. I knew better, and I could not find a way to step into this machining field, this machine shop field, with any meaning. I couldn't find a meta. I could not find a meta, and I could not step into it. And very briefly, you're rich, meta. You've never given value. Your money is stupid to support stupid. And your rich is standing on stupid and feeding stupid and freeing stupid. F-R-EE-D. So the stub and sub can beat off. Bed off, be add, bed off stupid to two tough defend. Debt again. Death effort for no reason. And for no treason. No one's innocent among you, Jude. And glued. Wed dow. Wet thiefin too. Oh, owed dudes. I'm the ID. I'm the ID of my time. MEMORREYEID. The rich has to marry the ID for the share to share on. DOWE AD. To Tao wed the ad. So I don't know if Rich wrote is physically dead or not. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past Rich and Sharon to fake a death, but to do so is to say that you believe in me or that you believe in you, and maybe that's the same thing. You're steering. If you did it on purpose, you did it to execute an angle and a tangle for me to work within the wind and the hind, and Tao with ID, and with the head, the HD, hand, head, high definition, ea.ven, ea.ven, because I'm sharing my head. But it suggests to me two things. If Rich did die physically as a meta, Rich was never H-E-R-E. All right, I think I get it. Yeah. I'm just saying that I couldn't step into going back to school in a machine shop career with what I already know, okay? My spirit was rebelling. It was the perfect setup. I was on, I got fired, but then I got unemployment. So I was receiving unemployment while I had a grant to go to school, and the school required me to harness my attention. So I was getting paid to live, paid to go to school, and having the time to do it. Okay, I had follow through. And some might say I fucked it up. I couldn't make myself do it, okay, because I knew better. I knew it was a fucking waste, and it did take me, I grappled with it a couple days because I couldn't understand. I'm like, why are you fucking this up? If I rely on my experience, it's like, you've gone without. Go get a fucking career that's just been presented to you, okay, with job opportunities. I'm like, I can't make myself. I'm just gonna go sleep it off, and I know enough at this point. If I'm spending a lot of time sleeping, one of the reasons I sleep is because I'm being lied to, okay? So I take a nap, I suss it out. But I also think naps are very gracious, a great luxury to regroup senses. I think Rich knew that Rich was never here. I want to talk a moment about what people think are my pagan tendencies, using tarot and whatnot. I didn't grow up using tarot. I didn't grow up looking at astrology. I didn't look at astrology until my 30s, okay? I grew up in a religion, which was not into that, among other things. What I'm looking for, I would like to say I pay attention, and I pay attention to patterns. I didn't know originally I was paying attention to patterns. I was paying attention to synchronicity and then pretty much connecting the dots. Well, I thought, and how I started to see that, like I kept a journal, started a journal when I was 12, and I would write, and it was a goal via the church to keep a journal. So every day. And so I made it in my goal to write in my journal every day. having a goal to write in my journal every day. I'm going to do it every day. Well, I have to say, the first ones were like, I ate a banana, you know, eh, watch TV, you know, if you're going to make the goal to do it every day, and then you start, well, let's make this meaningful, because I don't want every entry to be like, I had a banana, I had an apple. So you start trying to, if you make it the goal, then you start making it, I want to bring something to this, okay? to write, to have this discourse, to have this memory. And in the fact of making the goal to bring something of value to it, to write, worth remembering, you start therefore to go out to make the living, the awareness, to bring to the giving memory. And that's where it started, that I would on occasion reflect back and would see like, wow, 2 weeks ago I was thinking about this. I was thinking about this. 2 weeks later I'm doing this. Or I was thinking I would like to do this, and I could see that a month ago, and I see how that fell into my life. So I was able to see a tangent of thought, a tangent of solid thought. This is where I was, this is where I am. And, you know, I played with that dynamic as an athlete too. I talked about, you know, it's not just about being physically fit. I mean, anyone could get fit, okay? To excel, to allow yourself to win, to do your best, I feel you need to get rid of your inner predator and also sense the external predator too. The Grinch, you know. You have to learn how to coerce your thoughts in your behalf, to lend your best, to have your back, to also have your forward for reward forecast, and live and believe in that cycle. And that constitutes basically your premeditated faith as desire, okay? Presentable. And then thinking and engineering in those means as the cycle and the revolution of evolving, okay, the steady stream. Briefly, because these are going to be, I'll get to these in the notes. Sharon also on this tarot rune numerology reading, she deals with people in black, as does Rich. And from what I know about your astrology, I don't think your financial stability as a couple, I don't think it was that stable when you started, and I think you learned to provide for it to be stable by doing your own thing. So you see my meta, my ETA is meta thanks. I asked my ass, okay? You're living in your own cycle. I would say Sharon is the creative, the imaginative. She's a Pisces, and Rich is business, uh, law, living in that patriarchy dynamic, okay? And but you've learned as a couple to hone your own, okay, and to hold it as your own, and then come together as a couple to create stability, to uh, donor and honor, have children, okay? The problem is, what's not happening here is you're in separate cycles, okay? And while it looks like one of the things that I didn't landmark right, your strength is your position in business, but it's business hyphen T. I'm made for DHEWE, okay? And ID Dow WEAD. So I make the time, I am the time, I take the time. I'm the ID to Dow with WEAD, who we owe and add it again. Tag and ag and agriculture, the judge of the land, well, is the time, as asked the frame. ASSKT HEAD 0 F by F, frame and rame. Rame, RAIM, is clothing. CLOT. HINNGE. The thing, the hinge, you speak where you put your money, okay? So basically, I'm inviting you to believe, not with a gun, okay? That's what the competitive marketplace thief end doffers you. Doffers and proffers. A recycle of stupid. To ask the ag and to ask you to get it to tap proof. Tin hyphenated in two. But he would add dudes. So back to Rich and Sharon, you're in a cycle. One's creative, one's managerial of the business lot in land. I think you both thought in this stall that I was going to have to fall on your handiwork in the marketplace, and I'm not recognizing it as that's not it at all. I'm the time, and you have to build on me. I'm the cycle. One-on-one, you see, and seat, SEATHD, CAD, seat the head, and det, the head, the THD, the toe, the how, and the Dow, and the head that you owe, WOOO, woo, would, OBEAD, would be your bed. Debt rich to land and Sharon, debt again. Now look at who's being fussy. Look, I'm not putting it on you because obviously you're not strong enough. Okay. And I hate to say it, being married for no reason thieving never made you strong enough. Fanny Waite. Sorry to break it to you. What else can I break to you? Okay, so if you're not really trying to entice me with putting pictures of my guy, go see my charming husband at his shop on Instagram and all your selfies and stuff, if you're not doing it really just to instigate and throw my value into my face, that you date raped, okay, you took my value from me and you're wearing it as a couple that's made love and has already provided it that we well do of, okay? Do I need to expound on that a little bit? A lot to understand my positioning and seeing your image? Here's the thing. When I first contacted Rich, 2012, what I sensed a whole lot is he was in hell. He was not happy, and he had not been happy since Sharon made her own money 10 years ago. Okay? I totally get, Sharon, the need to make your own money, because I think your intent when that happened is you sunk his stone. Okay? And it needed to happen. Okay? For you to stand on your own, desirably equal with him. I mean, what woman, what wife doesn't want to be on an equal setting as her husband, okay? But you need to understand it's the cycle and the land and the setting, okay? And your money goes in the same cycle. It doesn't come into my time for completion even to follow through. Even. So I think the downtime of unhappiness and you nagging and waging your vag on him for no reason, thiefend, we can see it was figuring it out. I helped you figure it out, okay? I helped you figure it out, and but the thing that you didn't help me is you took my value I provided by reflecting on Rich, okay, looking within him, okay, his spirit. And then you're like, oh, is that what he's really like? Well, I'll just present myself as I always knew it, and I could help you and he can love me then. And then we're going to stop accusing each other of being charming. You fooled me. No, you fooled me. You fooled me. Okay? You charmed me. You spoke to me. You led me on. So you used me to heal yourself, and it's still a fucking, and to present yourself as complete, but it's still a fucking illusion where you eat. Okay? So I don't know. I wasn't looking for it. Obviously, I didn't get the memo directly that of Rich's real or fake death news until over a month later when I was on the internet. Okay. Internet at Best Buy looking at a Acer 11 2-in-1 Chromebook. And I'm like, well, it's got a small frame, so I'm kind of like, well, what am I going to use it for? Well, I was kind of thinking that it'd be nice to, it has a cam, so it's something portable I could take with me. Because one of the things that I want to do when I wrap this up, possibly one of the things I'd like to do is is I'd like to start working on product, okay? I got some ideas and they're shelved. But basically that would allow to have a portable cam, like this is what I'm working on, you know, if you want to look in. Okay. It's an idea. I'm not sure that it's necessary yet. I'm not sure that it's wanted either on this end or that end, you know? You know, why I have to ask myself why I'm doing it. Well, if there's no interest in it, maybe I should stop putting my money in it and save it for myself. I can make my product and whatever dilly dally I do with my life, I can do that with observation. I've done it plenty before I decided to go out on a limb and a line and turn this mooring, this spiritual mooring inside out. Okay? Why? Because I was trying to get it to go somewhere. Even fair. There's layers of psychology. Why Rich? Why am I contacting Rich? Why is he married to Sharon? Why is his sister Sue and his late business partner Handy Andy? House and home. The other thing about Rich also, you know, part of the glowing rapport in his death, be it real or not, people are leaving sentiments of he only spoke his desire. You know, that's my value. That's everything I've preached, and that's what I was until I met you too. Okay? And you caused a question, and I've been figuring out your shit and my shit in relation to your shit ever since as you go on vacation and make money with a destination. Okay? Then pose as a perfectly charming, well-loved, well-made, and altar-ready couple. to garner these praiseworthy sentiments. You've taken my value and given to people that's not giving it back. Okay? You took my value. I gave you by caring, and you healed your appearance. Okay? But you didn't give my value back. And what you're doing is you're denying me where I stand. Okay? Artifact. You're the couple. Well, I have to say the couple is set up for the law. Okay? I don't think it's going to be as monumental. You're steeling yourself for, you know, a line drawn in the sand. I'm doing the standing here, okay? Just go sit on your ass, okay? Go on vacation. Why don't you go on vacation again if you're not already? The problem I have is And the problem I have is I think we're not actually clear on this. I know that you know that I know that you got married not because you were happy, but because you were sad. Now there's a gap and a leap of expectation in that when I acknowledge that. And I think on your end, your expectation is you're going to be married in time. But you didn't provide time, okay? You took my time, reflected on each other, and passed it out. To TY, thank and tour your red ass spout and sprouts, okay? and people ogle you with your aesthetic eye for no reason. Thiefing, they can't deny because they don't know better. And I don't think they want to. And you didn't provide them with the desire to want to. Why? The people that ogle you for no reason do not find you necessary for them too. What else? The anticipation is, I think, when I acknowledge that I know, that you know, that I know, you didn't get married because you're happy, because you're sad, that you think that you're going to get married on my time. No, I have to say, what I'm saying with my anticipation is, I didn't get married, doffed, to toot toft, for no reason, thief end. Before I did the work. Before I worked, okay? I'm doing the work before the hand, okay? And what I expect, respect, anticipate is after I've done the work, I can afford my gestate, estate, and guess. Satsate, gestate, okay? Rightfully. So I'm not speaking without desire as reason in life, even, okay? I'm not doing this work so that you two can be married on my time. You know, I think that's what you thought my acknowledgement of, my acknowledgement that you got married because you're sad is not a sympathy to gracefully invite you in. It's an acknowledgement of, I'm doing the work you should have done. Before you admired each other's income to get toffed. Yeah. It's just really no graceful way to kind of like look at that, not be like, stink, -t, that stinked. So one of the things that I find offensive, you putting your lovely image of a couple out there that you didn't graciously make or graciously heal or graciously give, you stealed. Okay. You steal my value, okay? To know how to act and present yourself as if you were the heart to fact. The artifact, the heartifact. And semi-lost the thought. I'm going to pause this. I don't know if you really died or not. I don't think Andy Cruz knows either. That's funny. Interesting. Back to the pagan practices, looking at the tarot, the rune, and the numerology for your name and your birth date. Rich deals with people in black, so does Sharon. You both are writers, but you're writing in time, okay? You're creating in time, you're running a business with the law, -T, as your patriarchy would abdicate, in time. Yap appreciably, lead, doft, stupid, to toft, fort no reason, thief end, to supply the I and the ID, to look as a prime mover. We pay people to protect us by going to war again. Okay, and I'm saying you're in the same cycle that has never lended. It's never lended value, and it would appear that it does not want to. Okay, and that's what my parallax is proving. You don't desire, and you're speaking for no reason, thief end. And rich as a value was never here to share on. You know? In defense of pagan practices, of all the gazillion words that tarot, rune, numerology reading could give, you know, I mean, it was also accurate for me. People I deal with, abuse, thief, tree, toe, pain. It's like, come on, really? Of all the gazillion words, I'm kind of like, I see something I can relate to in my own life and experience. And I didn't make this up beforehand to feed this into a cohesive storyline. You know, it's just I'm looking for another way in, another way through, a model of cognition, recognition. Ha road, HARD. Well, if you are the value to behold, wouldn't you make the aperture as essential as your own? Does your withholding have merit to ask a go? And net to be whole, be the whole. D-O-W-I-D H-O-W-E-A-D O-B-E-L-L-E-Y-E-A-F-T H-R-E-E-D H-O-C-A-N-D-E-E-D I'm asking you to believe. I call it belief. With your belly and how you leaf on the tree. And with every leaf is a foot. A foot tin. Belief, there's different ways to put it. B-E-L-L-E-Y-E-A-F-T. So you lay the eat that you believe the foot to feet. L-E-A-F-T-I-N-E-D. That you timed and you find. I find the date. The Tao would, the head you owe would be. The head you toe, how, and Tao with you would be. All right, notes.